On August 30th, just 7 weeks after arriving on campus, Baker Mayfield became the first true freshman walk-on quarterback in history to start a season opener at a BCS conference school. That day, he threw for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns while running for another. Texas Tech beat SMU 41-23.
Zone right now.
They're not really covering up Amaro.
And Mayfield on the draw at the 10 to the 5, sidesteps into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty phenomenal about him. But I thought he did great. That's really to come out and do that the first game that you've ever played. You know, he's a walk-on freshman, and to go out and throw them numbers out there, it says a lot about yourself and how you prepare for the game, and it's everything. I think he did great.
We were excited. We knew we got a steal. We had recruited him at other schools, a couple of the coaches here, and were shocked, really, that he didn't have a scholarship. And so we talked to him, told him our situation and our vision for him, and luckily, you know, he showed up and fell into our lap.
You know, we were really excited about Baker coming to walk on. We knew he was a scholarship-worthy kid. He had some offers early in the process, and for whatever reason, they fell through. But you know, anytime you can get a kid that type of caliber, a player, to come walk on, and it was a difficult situation because we didn't want Baker to think that, oh, you know, we're viewing you just as a walk on. We know like what we're getting in you, scholarship numbers wise. We just don't have a spot, and so we were fired up the day he came. We put on a big presentation for him, rolled out the red carpet for him. He meant that much to us, and fortunately for us, you know, he chose to walk on, and he's kind of writing his own story now.
Baker was growing up playing, like what are some of your early memories, or when did you really know that he was like really good at football?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is Baker always had a ball in his hand, running down the hall, doing something, and he would always, in fact, after several broken vases, you never saw him without a ball in his hand. And he announced to James and I think he was 3, that he was watching Saturday morning cartoons in his TV chair, his favorite TV chair. And he jumped up and he said, "I'm not gonna watch cartoons anymore, I'm gonna watch ESPN." And he literally did that. I'm not joking. From that day on, he decided he watched ESPN, and actually that's kind of how he took up baseball. He learned how to watch baseball through that, but he loved everything about having a ball in his hand and just always playing. So,
reality was when we walked into the SMU stadium and walked down. You know, realized it wasn't a Lake Travis game; it was a Texas Tech game. And while that was impressive, the bigger effect was when we got out to Lubbock the next week against Stephen F. Austin. The crowd was huge, and the reception for Baker. I mean, that SMU game had sort of set up high expectations and approval by the Tech fans, and to hear the crowd response on his introduction that was tough. So I think that was the biggest set-in for me of the reality, is when he came out to that.